Greetings to all melanated people all around the world. It's really a joy, it's a blessing, it's an honor to be out here in nature and listening to the song of the river. And as I always say, the river will always flow right into the sea. And the sea is a type of eternity, no beginning, no end. And so our whole life is being mapped out right in nature. Okay, so if you can see from your river experience, you see a knowledge, you understand that this journey of life, you're going to travel from humanity into divinity, and you must discover your divinity, which is basically the higher version of yourself. That's the reason why I want to speak to you concerning the inner world and the outer world. Now, the first thing you have to know is that you're both visible and invisible. Okay? So you're both God and man. Okay, now, before I even go any further, for the benefit of anyone who might be listening to me and they're still in religion, especially Christianity, let me say this. The Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. The Bible is not literal, neither is it secular history. For the Bible is written symbolically, and Jesus Christ is only a personification of your own human imagination. That's the reason why it tells you without him, there isn't anything made that was made, and that all things was made by him. Which is saying, without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And everything that was made, it was first imagined, it was first a thought, it was first an idea. So with that big foundation being laid, I want to say when the Bible tells you, in the beginning was the world and the world was with God, right? And they tell you that the same was in the beginning with God and it manifests in flesh and so on. You know, and the world knew him not. It is basically speaking about you not knowing your true self. You not discovering yourself. So it's showing you the world wrapped in flesh, right? It's showing you the invisible one is in flesh. So there's a visible you and an invisible you. Okay, so there's a visible world and an invisible world. But the visible world is a reflection of the invisible world. Now if you understand that the visible world is a reflection of the invisible world, then you will understand Hebrews 11, where it says faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. It is saying that faith is you having an understanding of how to take something from the unseen world and make it manifest in the seen, or take it from the invisible, right, and make it visible. Then it says by your works we would know your faith. So if you really believe in the inner world or the invisible you, you will align yourself with the invisible you and walk along with the invisible you, because the invisible you is your true teacher, your true instructor, which is basically what we call our intuition, which means our inside teacher. Okay, and in that world, that inner world, everything is there in abundance. So there's no lack in the inner world. There's no recession in the inner world. There's no poor people in the inner world. There's no broke people in the inner world. So whatever you're expressing in your outer world, which is the world of the physical, it is telling you what is going on in the spiritual. And that is the law of correspondence. For the law of correspondence says, as above, so below. As it is within, so is it without. So my brother and my sisters, if you would be honest with yourself, and you would look at your condition right now, and you're not satisfied with where you are at, and you want to expand, whether you want to expand in consciousness or you want to expand in material goods, once you want to expand in any way in your life, that will make you happy. I will also bring happiness to the rest of humanity also. It is your right. Riches is your right. Abundance is your right. Because you are just a spirit having a human experience. But you have to be in touch with the spiritual you, which is the invisible you. That's the reason why, my brother and my sisters, you have to go into meditation. Because when you close your physical eyes, you're shutting out the wall of the physical, and now you're going into the wall of the spiritual, and you're seeing from the spiritual eye. the eye of imagination, the single eye or the third eye, the eye of God. So when you start seeing things in the eye of God, you're seeing things through the eye of the Creator. So my brother, my sisters, the Creator is in you. And if the Creator is in you, then you must create. And we see in this world there's only one creative power, which is the power of imagining. The religious people, they might disagree with what I am teaching, but they can never tell me of any other creative power in this world outside of imagining. And many of them believe that God is the provider, and they use money. And money can never be provided unless it was first a thought, it was first a desire, it was first an idea, and then it had to be printed. And the machine and everything have to be an idea, the ink have to be an idea, the paper, everything have to be an idea. It means if an idea or a desire or a feeling, which is for psychological, can give you a physical manifestation, then it means that when you tap in to yourself, you're tapping into a money mole, a money machine. That's the reason why, my brother, my sisters, the way you feel about yourself and the way you think about yourself have a lot to do with what will take place on your outside. So poverty and riches is a choice. Ignorance is a choice. So you are the one who have to make the right choice, whether you want to believe and trust in the God within you or a God outside of you. Whether you want to be in touch with the inner wall to manifest your outer wall, or you want to be so connected and so attached to the outer wall that you keep missing the inner wall. So my brother and my sisters, as I was saying a while ago, if a physical fact can produce a certain feeling in you, then a certain feeling in you could produce a physical fact. So we have to be connected both with the inner wall and the outer wall. And how are we going to do that? By watching our thoughts. By thinking on the things that we want in our life and not the things that we do not want. So you have no need to be thinking about the things that you don't want in your life. You should be just thinking about the things that you want to see in your life, the things you want to manifest in your life. So if you want to be rich, you will be rich. If you want to be poor and sick and tired, you will be poor, sick and tired. If you want to be broke, you will be broke because you're thinking that you're broke. But if you want to live in abundance and you're thinking about abundance and meditating about abundance and believing in your God self, believing in the invisible you, believing in the visible world and the invisible world, and believe that everything is spiritual, because everything that is in the spirit, everything that is in the physical world comes from the spiritual world. If you can believe in that so strong enough, nothing would be impossible to you. That's why the Bible says with God all things are possible. Then he come around and give you the secret and say, if thou can believe, all things are possible to them that believe. Telling you that man and God are one. That God is the invisible you, and this is the expression. This is just the expression of the God that is within you. That's the reason why, my brother and my sisters, whenever you look in the mirror and you see the image of yourself and you can't see God, and you see God outside of yourself as a white man with blue eyes and blonde hair, by believing in Jesus Christ, you are giving away your power. And that is why you will not be able to operate the way you're supposed to operate in the inner wall to manifest your outer wall. So many of our people, they are accepting mediocrity. They are accepting poverty by refusing to believe in the innermost higher being that is within them, which is actually themselves. Because the self of man is God, and there is no other God. And God is your own human imagination, which is the creator in every man. And there is no way in this world that anything could ever be created unless it is first imagined, first a thought, first a desire. And a desire is a spiritual sensation. And that spiritual sensation will bring an impregnation. And that impregnation will bring your manifestation. That is why your thought is what is creating your reality. Because your reality is basically your personality. Your personality is a proof of what is going on in your mentality. So basically, our people need to get rid of the slave mentality by getting rid of the Jesus Christ of 2,000 years ago mentality and tap in to the creative power that is within them that will help them to create their every desire consciously. So with that being said, my brother and my sisters, I want to thank you very much. And for those of you who might be new to my channel and you would like to get more information along more of what I am teaching, there's a link down below and you can check out the link down below. So with that being said, I want to now give you the sign, the true sign of enlightenment, the sign that they don't want you to discover. But it is written in Matthew 6:22. He said, if your eye, and I'm now giving you the sign of the single eye. He said, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And this message is the single eye message of self-realization. And I've called it that name because I've had the experience. And I'm saying to you, my brother and my sister, when you have the experience, you come to realize it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N. And you come to realize it is the dawning of a new day in your life. Then you come to understand Malachi 4:2, where he said the sun, as in the S-U-N, of righteousness shall arise in you with healing in his wings. Speaking of the sun as if he's speaking about a person. And also in Psalms 84:11, it tells you that the Lord thy God is a sun and a shield. I'm saying to you, my brother and my sisters, with careful thinking and observation, you will realize that the light of the world is the S-U-N, not Jesus Christ. And the sun was before any Jesus Christ. If there was a Jesus that born from a woman's vagina, which I know through my experience is the birth from the skull, because I would have had the experience. But with me saying this, let me say that without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made, or anything else that ever going to be made. And the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun, because the sun is what powers the earth, and we are the people of the sun. Therefore, my brother and my sisters, let us use our mind power by being in alignment with our inner man, the inner world, to manifest our outer world. So let us just use our mind power to achieve our every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you, I'm out.